Dobrý deň prajem. Neviem, či už sme všetci, alebo či ešte niekto príde. Ale tak pomaličky, kto príde, ten príde. Miesta ešte stále sú. Vítam vás na Globsec City Talks tohtoročnom. V takomto príjemnom prostredí, úplne rodinnom. Cíťte sa, prosím, úplne uvoľnene. A keď budete mať chuť klásť otázky, stačí trošku zdvihnúť ruku, alebo tak viacej, lebo ja trošku menej vidím do tejto tmy. Takže ak vás nebudem vidieť, tak to nie, že vás ignorujem. Ja si potom založím okuliare, tak to bude možno lepšie. Okay. Predstavujem vám autora knihy Vrah z mesta Marhuľ, ktorú vydalo vydavateľstvo Absint. A je to pán Witold Szabłowski. Have I pronounced it okay?
More or less, yeah.
Okay.
Dobrý deň.
Witold hovorí po poľsky, po anglicky, rozumie dosť po slovensky a ja sa budem s ním rozprávať po anglicky a budem tlmočiť do slovenčiny. Nie som profesionálna tlmočníčka, tak vás poprosím o trošku tolerancie. Myslím si, že žiadny profesionálny tlmočník by mi toto neodkývol, ale nie som profesionálka. OK. Dear Witold, welcome to Banska Bystrica, welcome to Zahrada, which means garden. And we are here to talk today about your book, The Murderer from the Peach City. Would you say in English? Apricot City. Sorry, that's the first mistake. And I've read this book and I read it like a novel. And it is so riveting that I wasn't even breathing when I was reading it. When did the concept enter your head to write such a book about Turkey? Spýtala som sa ho, kedy začal uvažovať o tom, že napíše knihu o Turecku, ktorá bude taká, ako je táto kniha, síce kniha reportáží, ale číta sa ako román. Keď som ju čítala, tak som naozaj ani nedýchala. Je to vynikajúca kniha, vôbec nie suchá, nie žurnalistická v tom zmysle, že by to boli články zoradené jeden za druhým. Je to ako román. A veľmi ma zaujíma, že ako mu to napadlo napísať knihu týmto spôsobom.
Thank you for the compliment. And
okay.
Yeah, I think the book was inspired by my travels. I lived in Istanbul when I was a student. I got a scholarship from the government of Turkey. You want to translate?
Hovorí, býval v Turecku, keď študoval, dostal štipendium od tureckej vlády.
And I was traveling a lot because the stipendium didn't really make sense. So I spent most of that year traveling, mostly hitchhiking around Turkey.
Strávil tam rok a väčšinu toho roka venoval cestovaniu po Turecku. Cestoval stopom a hovorí, že viacej vlastne cestoval, ako študoval.
And when you hitchhike, it's so interesting because you can meet all kinds of people that you can only imagine.
Najzaujímavejší spôsob teda cestovania je podľa neho autostop, pretože vtedy stretnete najrôznejšie typy ľudí.
And I remember that in a few days, one day I spent few hours with former ambassador of Turkey in Egypt.
Jedného dňa napríklad sa takto viezol s bývalým veľvyslancom Turecka v Egypte.
And the next day I spent few hours with just a truck driver who was talking only about prostitutes.
A na druhý deň sa viezol, alebo iný deň sa viezol niekoľko hodín s vodičom Tyraku, ktorý sa rozprával iba o prostitútkach.
And so many ideas, so many points of view, so many human stories.
Takže stretol sa s toľkými novými nápadmi, myšlienkami, uhlami pohľadov a s toľkými rôznymi ľudskými príbehmi.
And I think that you can feel it if you say that you can read the book smoothly, which makes me very happy. That's because of this.
A hovorí, že presne toto ho inšpirovalo a zrejme sa to odrazilo v tom, že tá kniha je taká čítavá, z čoho sa on teší. A naozaj ja potvrdzujem, je. Je to tam všetko v tom.
Because it's living language and it's built on stories of real people, of the stories that I've heard or I experienced by myself.
Lebo kniha je vlastne postavená na príbehoch skutočných ľudí, s ktorými sa stretol. Takže toto bola jeho hlavná inšpirácia. Did you return to Turkey after your studies?
Oh, yeah.
Či sa vrátil ešte po štúdiách do Turecka?
Yeah, I've been there 30 times or more.
30 krát a viac. That's a lot of time. How much time did you spend in Turkey? Koľko bol v Turecku?
All together, because then when I came back from Turkey, I began working for the biggest Polish daily newspaper, Gazeta Wyborcza.
Po návrate do Poľska začal pracovať Witold pre Gazetu Wyborczú, najväčší denník v Poľsku.
And they saw that I know a little bit about Turkey, and whenever they send me there, I'm bringing some interesting articles.
A v redakcii čoskoro zistili, že sa vyzná v tureckej realite a keď ho tam vyslali, za každým sa vrátil so zaujímavými príbehmi.
So they kept sending me and I was going because I had friends and I loved Turkey. So whenever I had a chance to go, I would go for 3 weeks, 2 weeks, month.
Čiže chodieval tam na 2 týždne, na 3 týždne, na mesiac, pretože tam chodil rád, mal tam priateľov.
So I tried to count it once. Altogether, I think I lived like 1 year and 10 months in Turkey. I spent
almost 2 years,
yeah,
right?
Yeah.
Takže býval tam dohromady, keď spočíta čas, rok a 10 mesiacov, skoro 2 roky. Takže to asi spoznal tureckú realitu dostatočne hlboko. So you learned a lot about Turkish reality and you went in depth.
But I tried. I had to.
Musel, snažil sa.
And
Did you understand Turkey? Či pochopil Turecko? Lebo to je otázka, ktorá mnohých v Európe dnes trápi, že ako chápať Turecko.
You know, I have a story which I really like. It's a bit long, but I think it explains on which level I understood Turkey.
Teraz povie jeden príbeh, ktorý vysvetľuje, že na akej úrovni sa mu podarilo pochopiť Turecko. Je trošku dlhšia, tak...
When I was there as a student, I was living in a student's dorm, and I was the only Christian among 3,000 people.
Keď bol študent, býval na internáte a bol jediným kresťanom medzi 3,000 tamojších obyvateľov.
And there was something called Muslim Youth League in that student's dorm.
V tom internáte fungovalo niečo ako Zväz moslimskej mládeže.
And the chief of that league, his name was Yusuf, didn't like the fact that there is one Christian guy. Okay.
Vedúci tohto zväzu, Yusuf, bol nešťastný z toho, že jeden jediný kresťan tam býva v tom internáte.
So whenever I was talking with some people, especially with some girls, he would come and shout at me or shout at these people, "Stop talking to this guy."
Vždy, keď ho prichytil, ako sa rozpráva s nejakými ľuďmi, najmä s dievčatami, prišiel a kričal na ňo alebo na tých ľudí, okamžite sa prestaňte rozprávať s týmto človekom.
And there is a word in Turkish, the word is yabancı.
Existuje v turečtine slovo yabancı.
And it means foreigner, but it also means something, someone you should take care, you should care about, you should worry about.
Aha. Toto slovo znamená po turecky cudzinec alebo niekto, pred kým sa máte mať na pozore.
You could be afraid of. Yeah?
Áno, môžete sa ho prípadne obávať.
And whenever he saw me, he was saying, "Yabanji, leave this dorm."
Čiže stále mu hovoril, "Yabanji, odíď z tohto internátu."
And I was stubborn and I really didn't like that.
Bol som tvrdohlavý, nepáčilo sa mi to.
But I think after 2 months, he sent 2 of his colleagues from the Muslim Youth League to my room.
A po 2 mesiacoch poslal 2 členov svojho moslimského zväzu mládeže do mojej izby.
And they told me, "You have 24 hours to leave, otherwise something very bad is going to happen to you."
A povedali mu, máš 24 hodín, aby si sa zbalil a odišiel, inak sa ti stane niečo veľmi zlé.
And you have to know one thing about Turkey.
A o Turecku treba vedieť jednu vec.
They are damn scared of blue eyes.
Strašne sa boja modrých očí Turci.
And like if you ever been to Turkey, they have this special symbol, which is blue, white, and black, and it's to protect you from blue eyes.
Aha. V Turecku majú jeden taký symbol, kruh, ktorý je biely, modrý a vnútri čierny a má vás chrániť pred modrými očami, pred urieknutím. Against the evil eye? Pred urieknutím.
So some of them believe, some of them don't,
niekto
but
tomu verí, niekto nie.
It's very, very deep in the culture.
Ale tento pojem je v tej kultúre hlboko zakorenený.
And I already knew that. When they came to
ja
my
som to
room.
už vedel, keď prišli ku mne.
So when they said, Yusuf wants you to leave,
takže keď mi povedali, Jusuf chce, aby si vypadol,
I got very, very angry.
Strašne som sa nahneval.
And I told them, look at this.
A povedal som im, pozerajte sa mi do očí.
And tell Yusuf that I know how to use it.
A povedzte Jusufovi, že viem to použiť.
And the next day, everything was fine.
A na druhý deň bolo všetko v poriadku.
Nobody wanted me to leave. Nobody was shouting on me. Nobody was telling that I'm the Yabanji or the wrong person in the wrong place.
Prestali ma vyháňať, prestali ma nazývať Yabanji, nikto na mňa nekričal.
And at the end of my scholarship, Yusuf, like we never became friends, but Yusuf began shaking my hand, and well, we had a few times we had the chance to talk.
A kým mi skončilo štipendium, tak Jusuf nie, že by sa so mnou spriatelil, ale podávali sme si ruky, zdravili sme sa, párkrát sme sa porozprávali.
And I don't think they believed that I know how to use my eyes. It's not about that.
A nemyslím, že priamo uverili, že viem urieknúť s modrými očami.
I think it's about showing that I'm not such a Yabanji.
Skôr šlo o to, že som ukázal, že nie som až taký Yabanji, cudzinec, že niečo viem.
That I'm somehow little bit, but I'm plugged into their culture, into their way of thinking, that I'm not 100% foreigner. Maybe 98, but there is this 2 little percent which make me part of this place.
Išlo o to, že som im ukázal, že do istej miery som prepojený aj s ich kultúrou, niečo o nej viem. A nie som až taký 100% cudzinec, možno tak na 98%, ale že 2% zo mňa vedia, o čom to je.
So that's how I would answer your question, if I understood.
A to je odpoveď na otázku, do akej hĺbky som pochopil Turecko. OK. Well, how do Turks themselves understand Turkey? Because that's another question, their identity. It is very, very complicated, isn't it? Chcem sa spýtať, ako sami Turci chápu Turecko a svoju identitu, lebo je to u nich veľmi komplikované.
Yeah, the book itself is about the division, the huge division that Turkey is experiencing, and that average Turk, it's a common experience, division people have. Mm-hmm.
Celá kniha je vlastne o tejto identite, ktorá je hlboko rozpoltená a o tom, čo každý priemerný Turek prežíva ako svoje vnútorné rozpory.
It's division between, firstly, like the whole country, it's division between Europe and Asia.
Prvým takýmto delením je rozpoltenie medzi Európou a Áziou, lebo Turecko leží na obidvoch kontinentoch.
It's division between modernity and tradition. Like tradition is very important, but they want to live in 21st century. There's no doubts about that.
Ďalej je tam rozpor medzi tradíciou a modernosťou, pretože na jednej strane si ctia svoje tradície, na druhej strane chcú žiť v 21. storočí.
And you can say that every country is experiencing such a divisions.
A dá sa povedať, že takéto rozpory vnútorné prežíva každá krajina.
But in Turkey the division is extreme.
Ale v Turecku je tento rozpor priam extrémny.
And that's the problem that average Turk is facing actually every day. Like, where do I belong? Am I Asian or European? Am I modernized or am I traditional?
A tento problém rieši priemerný Turek prakticky každý deň. Môže sa pýtať sám seba, som tradičný alebo moderný, som Európan alebo som Ázíčan.
So for me, that's the key point to understand Turkey, that you have to understand. And actually, for me, in the book, I use the Bosphorus as a symbol, because on the Bosphorus, that's the only place in the world where you can take a ferry and go from continent to continent. If you ever go to Istanbul, do that. That's amazing. You go from Eminonu to Kadikoy. In 15 minutes, you go from Europe to Asia. That's amazing.
A v knihe používam ako metaforu tohto rozdelenia Turecka Bosporskú úžinu. A je to jediné miesto na svete, kde za 15 minút trajektom prejdete z jedného kontinentu na druhý, takže ak by ste sa ocitli v Istanbule, rozhodne to urobte.
And I believe that every Turk has such that's metaphoric way, but I use it in the book, that they keep traveling between Europe and Asia. Whenever they have to make a decision, they have to make this journey. They have to ask their European identity or Asian identity or the traditional identity, which of them they are going to use to decide in this case.
A priemerný Turek, keď sa o niečom rozhoduje, tak v podstate ako keby cestoval z kontinentu na kontinent. Prekoná v sebe tú cestu, počas ktorej sa opýta, som Európan alebo Azíčan. Chcem sa rozhodnúť tak alebo tak. A v podstate toto rozhodnutie ovplyvní ďalšieho konanie. Okay. So this is a deeply divided country, but you say it is extreme. The division is extreme. Is this extreme division only a matter of a few years, or has it been so extreme in the past? Táto extrémny rozpor medzi modernosťou a tradíciami, ktorý vidieť teraz v Turecku aj počas Erdoganovej vlády. Chcem sa spýtať, či je to otázka v posledných rokov, alebo či to bolo vždy v Turecku prítomné.
I think it began in the 19th century.
Začalo sa to zrejme v 19. storočí.
But the critical point were the reforms of Atatürk.
Ale kritickým bodom sa stali Atatürkové reformy.
Atatürk wanted to have Turkey as a European, modernized, new country, new republic.
Atatürk chcel z Turecka urobiť novú, modernizovanú európsku krajinu, republiku.
And he wanted to make it in a few years.
A hlavný problém spočíval v tom, že to chcel urobiť v priebehu pár rokov.
And people just transfer any kind of transformation. It takes time to transform, because you can, like what he did, for example. One day for years they used to write in Arabic alphabet.
A každá zmena trvá určitý čas, nedá sa urýchliť. Ale on to chcel všetko spraviť zo dňa na deň a napríklad vydal nariadenie, že zo dňa na deň musia prestať používať arabskú abecedu.
And the next day,
a na
they
druhý
use Latin.
Majú písať latinkou.
You don't know Latin alphabet? Learn.
A samozrejme ľudia neovládate latinku, musíte sa to naučiť. How quickly did they learn?
They had to learn day by day.
Museli sa to naučiť v podstate rýchlo, za pochodu.
They knew about the new law for about 1 month, and then the law came, and they had to know the new alphabet.
Tento zákon bol známy, že začne platiť asi mesiac, potom začal platiť a už museli sa učiť vlastne latinku.
So Atatürk was very fast.
Čiže Atatürk konal veľmi rýchlo.
And I think he began the huge division because people are not that fast.
Podľa Witolda tam sa začalo toto extrémne rozpoltenie medzi modernosťou a tradíciami, pretože ľudia takto rýchlo sa nemenia.
And for example, he asked Turks, they used to have traditional head cover called fez.
Napríklad, ďalším príkladom je, že Turci predtým nosili tradičnú pokrývku hlavy fez.
And he told them that from tomorrow you need to wear hats, European
style. A Atatürk prikázal, od zajtra musíte nosiť všetci klobúky v európskom štýle.
Which was
only men?
Only men, but
ale týkalo sa to len mužov.
They didn't have enough hats.
Aha, v Turecku nebolo dosť klobúkov.
And all the officials, all the clerks, they wanted to have hats just to make the president happy.
A štátni úradníci teda potrebovali klobúky, aby vyhoveli prezidentovi.
So there were many cases that men were wearing women's hats just to look European.
Takže boli prípady, že muži nosili ženské klobúky dámske, len aby vyzerali ako Európania.
So and actually Atatürk killed about 200 people just because of fez. Like there were some protests in different parts of the country. People didn't want to wear, they didn't want to change fez for hat, and 200 people were killed just for that.
A Atatürk dal popraviť 200 ľudí zhruba za odmietanie nosiť klobúk, lebo v krajine prebehli protesty proti klobúkom a vlastne asi 200 ľudí zaplatilo životom za to, že nechceli nosiť klobúk.
So you can force people to change fez for klobúk?
Takže nedá sa takto nútiť ľudí, alebo dá sa to, aby začali nosiť klobúk.
But you can't force them to change the mentality.
Ale nedonútite ich zmeniť mentalitu.
And because it was because they were forced into something they didn't really want to.
A keďže boli prinútení robiť niečo, čo nechceli,
that's how the division began.
Tam sa začal ten hlboký vnútorný rozpor.
He told them, guys, you are modernized, you are European, you are like France, like Germany, like other European countries.
Povedal im, no a odteraz ste moderní, ste ako Nemecko, Francúzsko, ako iné európske krajiny.
Look, you have hats.
Máte
Means
klobúky.
you are very European.
Vyzeráte európsky.
But mentally, they still had fez.
A mentálny fez si z hlavy nezložili.
And I think it's until now. Until now, mentally, many of them, they have fez, but officially, they are modernized. Officially, they have hats. Because it was too quick, it's still like in the times of Atatürk. They never really changed into the
Takže
new.
tento mentálny fez nosia dodnes mnohí a v podstate sa nezmenili. Zostali takí ako v časoch Atatürka. Now, why did he want it to be so quick, the transformation? Prečo chcel Atatürk takú rýchlu transformáciu Turecka?
Yeah, because he knew that Turkey used to be very strong and powerful country.
Veľmi dobre vedel, že Turecko bolo veľmi mocná, silná, vplyvná krajina.
But the country he took from the sultans was very weak, and all the neighbors were waiting just to cut a piece of this country.
Ale krajina, ktorú zdedil po sultánoch, bola veľmi slabá, oslabená a všetci susedia jej fakticky len čakali, kedy si z nej budú môcť odtrhnúť.
So he read many books and he knew how it works in Europe.
Prečítal mnoho kníh a vedel, ako to v Európe chodí.
And he thought he can achieve what Europe had achieved in a few hundred years. He thought he can achieve the same just in a few years.
A nazdával sa, že to, čo Európa dosiahla v priebehu niekoľkých storočí, dokáže Turecko v priebehu niekoľkých rokov. So he was basically a social engineer.
And a dreamer.
A dreamer, an intellectual with a dream.
Yeah.
God. Takže sociálny inžinier, Rojko, intelektuál, ktorý mal veľký sen. Did he succeed in a way? Podarilo sa mu to do istej miery uskutočniť?
Yeah, partly yes. Like the democracy in Turkey was functioning quite well.
Áno, do istej miery, lebo demokracia v Turecku celkom dobre fungovala.
Except the fact that there was above democracy, there was army.
Okrem tej skutočnosti, že nad demokraciou bola ešte armáda.
And whenever the army didn't like the way democracy went to,
a vždy, keď sa stalo, že armáde sa nepozdával smer, ktorým sa demokracia uberala,
army was coming and saying, okay guys, give us the toys back.
Prišla armáda, ako k malým deťom na pieskovisko, povedala, koniec hry, dajte naspäť hračky.
We are taking the power for a couple of months or for a year.
Na pár mesiacov alebo na rok preberáme moc.
And then you will have it back.
A potom vám ju vrátime.
So that's very typical, actually, for the Atatürk's reform, I would say.
A toto je typické pre Atatürkovské reformy.
That he gave people democracy, but without trust. He didn't trust them.
Že Atatürk dal ľuďom demokraciu do rúk, ale nedôveroval im, nedal im dôveru.
So he succeeded on many ways. Like the democracy still, I think it's a big achievement for a country like Turkey to have functioning democracy, because it's still now the situation is very complicated, but still who gets the biggest amount of votes is winning. Okay. So it's still functioning democracy.
Takže do istej miery sa nazdávam, že Atatürk uspel, pretože demokracia v Turecku funguje stále. Ten, kto získa najviac hlasov vo voľbách, ten vládne.
He achieved his goal with the alphabet.
Podarilo sa mu zaviesť latinku.
But did he achieve? And for many years, Turkey was really considered as part, maybe not part of the West, but at least of the Western alliances. As a bridge or part of the Western alliances. Yeah, it's in NATO, etc.
A Turecko mnoho rokov bolo považované za, ak nie súčasť Západu, tak aspoň za súčasť západných spojenectiev, napríklad NATO.
And actually President Erdogan is the first man after almost 100 years of republic who's questioning Atatürk's reforms.
A prezident Erdogan je vlastne prvý po vyše 100 rokoch republiky, ktorý spochybňuje Atatürkové reformy otvorene.
And that's another thing typical for Atatürk and Atatürkists, that you couldn't question them.
A to bolo tiež typické pre Atatürka a jeho prívržencov, že nebolo možné ho spochybňovať.
How can you make reforms and you don't have possibility to question them for 80 years?
Ako je možné, že vlastne robiť reformy a neumožniť debatu, diskusiu o nich, spochybňovanie?
So I think that what's happening in Turkey now, and Turkey is slowly, not even slowly, now it's rapidly becoming which word should I use? Autocratic country. It already is autocratic country.
Takže to, čo sa teraz deje v Turecku, ktoré sa stáva, alebo už sa aj stalo autokratickou krajinou,
it's the price for Atatürk's reforms.
Je cenou za Atatürkové reformy. It's a delayed reaction, isn't it? Taká oneskorená reakcia na ne. Well, and what direction do you see Turkey is taking in a few years? If you were to, say something about what do you say about Turkey's future? Will it be even more conservative, even more autocratic, or will there be some reaction against that? Čo by povedal k budúcnosti Turecka? Či bude čoraz autokratickejšie, alebo či proti tomu nastane nejaký odpor?
I don't see chance that something will change in next few years. Like Erdogan, he got so much power, and now there is hardly anybody who could take this power from him.
Nevidím možnosť nejakej pozitívnej zmeny, pretože Erdogan má toľko moci v rukách a prakticky nie je možné, aby ho o ňu niekto pripravil.
And now after the coup from last year, he exchanged in the whole public administration, including schools, police, army, universities, he exchanged all the people who were against him.
A po minuloročnom pokuse o puč vymenil prakticky celú verejnú správu, ľudí zo škôl, z armády, z polície. Takže ľudia, ktorí boli proti nemu, tam už nie sú.
So I don't see a chance that he will be removed at in
so
the
he will
next few
stay
years.
in power
I don't want to say forever, yeah? Probably.
Neither me. That's why I'm waiting. What
he will stay in power for a long time, unfortunately, because I love Turkey and I wish all the best. I have all the best feelings to that country, and they deserve much more than Erdogan.
Žiaľ, zostane zrejme pri moci veľmi dlho. A žiaľ hovorí preto Witold, lebo má Turecko veľmi rád a myslí si, že ľudia v Turecku by si zaslúžili niečo lepšie.
They are creative, hospitable, wonderful people.
Sú to tvoriví, pohostinní, úžasní ľudia.
And this man, as a leader of the nation,
a tento líder
he's playing only with the black sides of their spirit.
Sa zahráva v podstate, alebo pracuje len s temnými stránkami ich ducha, ich psychiky. But in a way, he is fulfilling the dreams of certain part of population, isn't he?
Yeah, first of all, because of Atatürk, like the majority of Turks felt unprivileged, felt the second-class citizens in their own country.
Za Erdoganovým úspechom je totiž aj to, že veľká časť občanov jeho krajiny sa cítila za Atatürka ako občania druhej kategórie.
And now they have a chance to take revenge.
A teraz majú šancu sa odplatiť. You are talking about the Muslim part of population, or the not Muslim, maybe the more conservative Muslim.
Yeah, both.
Ide o konzervatívcov v Turecku, či už moslimov alebo nie, ale o konzervatívnych Turkov.
And they really were unprivileged. When I was a student,
ktorí naozaj boli, nemali isté privilégia, alebo boli takí odsunutí.
Girls in scarves couldn't study,
Dievčatá, ktoré si chceli zakrývať hlavu, nesmeli chodiť do štátnych škôl.
They couldn't even enter the building or anything.
Ani do školskej budovy ich nepustili s pokrytou hlavou.
The only women in scarves you could see at university were cleaning ladies.
Na univerzitách sa so zakrytou hlavou vyskytovali jedine upratovačky.
So I think they were unprivileged and I understand why they are taking revenge.
Takže v istom zmysle chápem, prečo nastal tento revanš konzervatívnych Turkov.
But it's very bad for the country.
Ale pre krajinu to je veľmi zlé. Well, okay. I would like to say something about the Turkey's place as an ally of the West. Do you see Turkey as a reliable ally now? Aké je postavenie Turecka ako spojenca Západu? Je to spoľahlivý spojenec?
As an ally,
Ally, yeah.
Well, Erdogan is a tough politician and tough negotiator.
Erdogan je veľmi ťažko sa s ním vyjednáva.
And it's his pose and probably that's his nature.
Je to nielen póza, ale pravdepodobne je to jednoducho v jeho povahe.
It's hard to talk. I had a chance to talk with Günther Verheugen, who was meeting Erdogan many times when Turkey was beginning the negotiations with EU.
Mal som príležitosť rozprávať sa s Güntherom Verheugenom, ktorý sa osobne stretával s Erdoganom vtedy, keď Turecko začalo prístupové rozhovory s EÚ.
And he told me that he never had such a hard talks and hard negotiations like with Erdogan.
A Verheugen mi hovoril, že nikdy sa mu tak ťažko s nikým nevyjednávalo ako s Erdoganom.
And now when you think about the immigrants wave,
a keď teraz uvažujeme napríklad o vlne imigrantov,
Erdogan is dealing with the issue like, it's like business, it's like making a business.
Erdogan to využíva v podstate ako vyjednávací nástroj, ako pri biznise.
Give me 3 billion euro, then the wave, then I will stop the wave.
Povie, dajte mi 3 miliardy eur a ja tú vlnu imigrantov zastavím.
He gets 3 billion euro.
Dostane 3 miliardy.
And 3 months later he's asking about another 3 billion
a o 3
euro.
mesiace pýta ďalšie 3 miliardy eur.
So is he a reliable ally? I don't know.
Takže nie je to spoľahlivý spojenec. But he is the only ally in that part of the world.
Because he knows that the whole world and especially Europe needs Turkey. Because the country with its geographical location, it's crucial.
Turecko je totiž kľúčovou krajinou ako spojenec pre Západ, práve pre to, akú má geografickú polohu.
It's part of the Caucasus, Middle East, of the Balkans.
V podstate patrí čiastočne na Balkán, na Kaukaz, na Stredný východ.
Bordering Syria, Iran,
má hranicu
Iraq.
S Iránom, s Irakom, so Sýriou.
So it's crucial. Like you can't think about the security of that region, and probably you can't think about the global security without Turkey.
Takže vlastne je kľúčové, pretože o bezpečnosti týchto regiónov a pravdepodobne ani o globálnej bezpečnosti vôbec bez Turecka nemožno uvažovať. Okay. So what should the West do when dealing with Turkey? Ako by sa mal Západ k Turecku teda postaviť, keď s ním rokuje?
They should, because actually what Erdogan did with the money for the to stop the wave of migrants. What Erdogan did when he asked two times for the money.
Mali by spraviť to isté, čo spravil Erdogan, keď dvakrát pýtal peniaze.
It's very easy trick.
Je to ľahký trik.
It's very easy. Yeah.
Easy.
Whenever you go to Istanbul and you go to Grand Bazaar,
vždy, keď prídete do Istanbulu a na Veľký bazár,
they try to make exactly the same. They try to pay you twice, or they try to make you overpay for things, etc.
Tak s vami spravia to isté. Skúšajú z vás vyťahnuť peniaze dvakrát za ten istý tovar, alebo pýtajú pri vysoké ceny.
So I was just sent, the EU negotiators for a week in Grand Bazaar.
Takže treba si vyjednávačov Západu poslať na pár dní na veľké trhovisko istanbulské, na bazár.
To get know-how to deal with Turks.
A naučia sa rokovať s Turkami.
And I don't have another advice, like what can they do with this country and with this man?
Oh, they need people like you who understand Turkey from a certain point of view. They should ask people from the West who've been there. Možno, že Západ by sa mal radiť s ľuďmi ako je Witold, ale s ľuďmi teda, ktorí sa vyznajú v tureckej realite.
Who's listening to the writers?
Kto už počúva spisovateľov? I don't know. We are now. Okay. No. What time is it? Are we okay with the time? Ja by som ešte chcela poprosiť aj vás, aj dať vám možnosť, čokoľvek vás zaujíma, pokojne sa pýtajte, aby sme si to tu neuzurpovali iba my, a teda najmä ja, lebo Witold je tu, aby vám odpovedal aj na vaše otázky. Ak potrebujete mikrofón, ja sa k vám nejako dostanem. Ešte lepšie.
No, ja by som sa chcel možno spýtať, že teraz momentálne, keď je tá vojna v Sýrii, tak ako to ovplyvňuje Turecko, alebo aspoň tú časť Turecka juhovýchodného?
How does the war in Syria affect Turkey? Or at least the part of Turkey which is the northern?
Yes, especially the biggest problem, I think, is some contacts between Turkey and ISIS fighters.
Ako najväčší problém vidím kontakty medzi Tureckom a bojovníkmi Islamského štátu.
And the daily newspaper called Dużom Formate tried to write about these connections.
A o týchto kontaktoch sa pokúsil napísať turecký denník
Dużom Formate. And the editor-in-chief was taken to prison.
A jeho šéfredaktor sa za to ocitol vo väzení.
And nobody really knows, but we just know that there are some connections between the Turkish Secret Service and ISIS, but we don't know how deep they go and what's the nature of these relations.
A vie sa, že existujú kontakty medzi tureckou tajnou službou a islamským štátom, ale nikto nevie, do akej hĺbky idú.
But on the other hand, in the book there is a chapter about the smugglers who smuggle people through the Adriatic Sea, who smuggle the immigrants.
A na druhej strane sú, aj v knihe je kapitola o pašerákoch ľudí, ktorí dostávajú ľudí cez Stredozemné more.
So the whole process starts in the refugee camps, which are very close to the border with Syria.
A celý proces sa začína vlastne v utečeneckých táboroch, ktoré sú blízko k sýrskej hranici.
So many people in that region, they earned a lot of money on the war.
Takže mnohí ľudia, mnohí obyvatelia toho regiónu na vojne v Sýrii vlastne zarábajú, lebo im platia za prevoz utečencov. Thank you.
Možno trošku z iného súdka, ale ako bola prijatá kniha v Poľsku?
How was the book received in Poland? The public reception.
Nice. I got some awards for it.
You name it.
There was plenty.
Okay. Oh. Dobré prijatie mala kniha, dostal za to aj ocenenia.
now it's been into 10 countries. It's been translated into 9 languages.
Vyšla v 10 krajinách, alebo vychádza v 10 krajinách a bola preložená do 9 jazykov.
In the United States, it was chosen to the books. One of the most important books translated into English in 2013.
V Spojených štátoch bola zaradená medzi najdôležitejšie knihy preložené z cudzích jazykov v roku 2013.
So generally, the audience is gentle and nice.
Takže verejnosť prijala knihu vo všeobecnosti veľmi dobre.
Môžeme ešte, že možno neskôr akože vo všeobecnosti, ale v tej rovine rozpoltenosti ako poľského národa alebo momentálneho stavu, tak som to myslel. Lebo keď som sa pýtal napríklad známeho, že ako vníma situáciu v Poľsku, tak on vraví, že je to fajn a niektorí asi tvrdia, že nie.
Well, and as for the situation in Poland, the political, myslíte aj politickú situáciu. The political situation, what is your opinion of the deep division which is now taking place in Poland between, the government and, well, some people think it's okay, some people think it's wonderful, and some think it's terrible. What do you think?
It's not okay. They are trying to crush the democratic institutions.
Nie je to tam v poriadku, pretože vláda sa pokúša zničiť demokratické inštitúcie.
And we can only observe how like there is a lot of protests, and actually I took part in the protests. I don't like what's going on in the country.
Čiže Witold sa tiež zúčastnil na nejakých protestoch proti tomuto dianiu, ale má dojem, že v podstate sa môžeme len prizerať zatiaľ.
I'm not a fan of that government.
Čiže nie je fanúšikom tejto vlády. Okay, thank you.
Thank you. I'll place my question in English. I would like to ask, when you said that in Poland you could protest and you participate in protests, what options have Turks, those Turks which are more, let's say, liberal or more pro-democratic currently in what is going on? Because I saw a documentary before the referendum and there was a couple of women which tried to somehow present their opinion against president. So do they have any options? Because I didn't really follow like what competition or competencies the president will have. So what do they have from your point of view, from what you know about Turkey, what they can do now?
Mám preložiť otázku?
Môžem ja. Čiže akú šancu teraz majú tí Turci, ktorí sú prodemokratickí alebo viac teda liberálni? Ako môžu protestovať alebo čokoľvek, čo môžu spraviť dnes?
I have no idea what can they do. Really, I would never advise them anything because now it's so dangerous to do anything against that president and that party.
Ja osobne by som im vlastne nikdy neradil, lebo momentálne je nebezpečné podniknúť proti prezidentovi a jeho vládnúcej strane čokoľvek. Takže nemám potuchy, aké možnosti im zostávajú.
You know, there is the biggest amount of journalists in prisons is in Turkey.
Najviac novinárov je za mrežami v Turecku.
The leaders of Kurdish party who got a very good amount of votes in elections, it was 2 years ago. The leaders of that party, because Erdogan didn't like them, the leaders of that party are in jail.
Uväznení sú aj lídri kurdskej strany, ktorá pred 2 rokmi vo voľbách dosiahla slušný výsledok.
Everybody can be taken to jail.
Hoci koho možno zavrieť.
And still this guy is winning in every elections and the majority of people still supports him.
A napriek tomu Erdogan vyhráva každé voľby a väčšina populácie ho podporuje.
I have no idea what could I advise them. Like
Takže
you can be
netuším,
taken to jail for any kind of protest. I have no idea.
Za akýkoľvek protest hrozí väzenie.
I think what is very honorable in ways that they are trying, at least from the documentary which was shooted just before the referendum, they were really, really trying, I think, just show their opinion, that they are against whatever he is planning to do or is going to do. So that's at least something, that there are still people who know that it's wrong, as you said.
And these people who know what is right and what is wrong, Do you think they base their opinion on the liberal Western concept of freedom? Chcem sa spýtať, či títo ľudia, ktorí protestujú proti Erdoganovi, či svoje povedomie o tom, čo je správne, čo nie je správne, zakladajú na západnom alebo liberálnom princípe slobody?
You know, it's a very hard question.
It took me a while to formulate it.
Can I just say yes?
Okay. Áno.
Yeah,
That's
I don't know how, you know, I've never done any research about the concept or freedom in Turkey, like when they say I'm free, what they really mean. So
Okay.
I
But
have
that's
no idea.
interesting, you know, because
It is. That's why I'm so ashamed.
might
I
be the
cannot answer.
western part of the soul of Turkey. The European part. Je celkom možné, že vlastne tento pojem slobody je súčasťou tejto európskej strany tureckej duše. A zozadu Martinka naznačuje, že už koniec. Áno, koniec, alebo pomaličky, čiže 2 minútky. We have 2 minutes.
Okay, last question.
Okay. Posledná otázka.
Ešte som sa chcel spýtať na tých Kurdov, lebo veď oni už niekoľko desaťročí sa snažili vlastne osamostatniť a nie sú len na území Turecka. Že aké je postavenie tých Kurdov ako, neviem, ako národa, alebo ako etnika, alebo ako ich nazvať?
Okay, what's the situation of Kurds in Turkey as a nation or as a community trying to establish
Že oni
themselves?
berú ich ako nejakých Rómov, alebo ako k nim pristupujú?
How do Turks treat Kurds now?
Yeah, they deny that something like Kurdishness exists.
Popierajú, že v podstate niečo ako kurdský národ existuje, alebo kurdská identita. What are the reasons?
They are afraid that they will ask for autonomy and
Boja sa,
second,
že Kurdi budú žiadať autonómiu
and secondly for independence.
a potom nezávislosť.
That's a
So the
big fear.
classic reasons of all states.
That's a big fear, and they like AKP, actually the ruling party with Erdogan. It was the first party who gave rights for Kurds.
AKP bola v podstate Erdoganová strana, paradoxne prvou stranou, ktorá dala Kurdom isté práva.
But they did it on like Erdogan made few decisions like this, that he made one step forward and 2 steps backward.
Toto patrilo k tým rozhodnutiam Erdoganovým, ktoré sa dajú charakterizovať ako 1 krok dopredu, 2 kroky dozadu.
So now he's fighting with
A
Kurds and
teraz
he's
bojuje proti Kurdom.
antagonizing the situation because he's in autocratic system you must have an enemy, and Kurds are best enemy because most of Turks they hate everything what's Kurdish.
A teraz Erdogan v podstate stupňuje ten spor s Kurdmi, pretože autokratický režim potrebuje svojho nepriateľa, proti ktorému možno ten národ zjednotiť. OK. Tak všetkým vám veľmi pekne ďakujem. Mám pocit, že veľa sa stihlo povedať, ale ešte viacej sa asi nestihlo. Tak už vám len odporúčam, aby ste si prečítali túto knihu. Naozaj stojí za to. Ďakujem. Thank you very much, Witold.